Hey, what's up everyone? This is Silver Slayer. Thank you for tuning into this video. The central banks are controlling us by keeping us in debt because when we're in debt, we are a slave to them. They are also hoarding massive amounts of gold and silver. That is the topic of this video brought to one of my subscribers. One of you guys sent me an email sharing your opinion on this, and it was such a well-written, detailed email that I wanted to share it with you guys. So it's extremely long, so I'm going to try to highlight the main parts, but let's jump into it. So, it starts off to say the middle class is disappearing because of the hidden things in our paper money credit system. Paper money releases all of that maliciousness. We as a society focus on what is right and wrong too much. That is his opinion. I am not a conspiracy person, but those board meetings from government or bank big shots are private. The news media gives us the watered down version via some official spokesperson anyway. Control is the name of the game. If one is in debt, they can be easily controlled. Simple, huh? It is biblical as well. Bankers know this given our flawed human condition. The big boys understand psychology. I believe the founding fathers were a group of schemers and knew the word federal was a derivative of the word feudal and all that jazz. I could care less if some really wanted a small central government. Many knew it would grow over time and eventually become oppressive in nature, just like the one we have today. Keep in mind that governments and central bankers understand that words and times have meanings as generations come and go. Many things have evolved over time and research proves it, no doubt. Little things can matter a lot, whether things are uppercase or lower. I told you that governments and banks are sneaky people and they do their own courts by design. They are well insulated and we are powerless to do anything at all or labeled as a crackpot by the news media. I hope you are enjoying those books I sent. By the way, he sent me a bunch of books about the banks, about our money, about lawful money, legal tender, so many different really good books on the several different topics that I discuss on this channel. And this is why the silver stacking community is just so amazing, because he is one of the many people that send me emails on a daily basis just sharing their opinion on things and things they've seen. You guys spark a lot of the different video ideas that I have, and I cannot thank you guys enough. I wanted to keep this guy anonymous because, you know, just for obvious reasons, but, you know, he emails me every single day, just writing out very long emails like this, and it's well thought out, and this shows really how connected and how close the silver stacking community is, how we can all share. But anyways, I'm going to talk about some of the stuff he mentioned in this, because he mentioned a lot of very, very good points. First off, talking about how the banks can control us by keeping us in debt. And this is so true. I mean, we're trying to get ourselves out of debt, but replacing it with more debt. And this is going to make people slaves to the system. And once you're a slave to the system, you have to obey by the rules. This means that if they don't want you to have a certain asset because they want it all, they're going to persuade it in a way that makes you not want it, making gold and silver seem like a bad investment because they want it, because they know it's a good investment. Also, if you're a slave to the system, then you have to work for them and you have to do what they say. It's all about control, like he mentions in here. It's all about control. If you are someone that's struggling with budgeting your money, you have to de-learn, I said de-learn, everything you have been taught over the years. Spending money on things that you don't need, irrelevant things, you have to start to become aware of. If that means not getting your Starbucks every morning, then you might have to sacrifice that. Start making coffee from home. If that means that you're living a lifestyle that you cannot afford. And I use the word afford because just because you can buy something doesn't mean you can afford to buy it. I could buy a Tesla. That doesn't mean I can afford a Tesla. Do you see the difference? Just because you have enough money to buy that does not mean you're financially in the position to be able to afford it. And a lot of people don't know the difference. They think if you have enough money to buy that, then you can buy it and you should buy it. They're addicted to spending money. Someone actually, one of the first comments on my video yesterday was talking about how he's addicted to spending money, but luckily he spends his addiction in gold and silver, which is still money, which was a perfect example, because that's another benefit that us stackers have, is that we get to feed our niche of spending and unboxing and buying stuff, but it still is something with more value than the money that we're spending itself, because gold and silver are much more valuable than paper currency, which is a cool thing to have, especially in a system, and especially since you're saving, you're stacking towards your goals, and you're starting to invest into your future. So anyways, let's go on. So we as a society focus on what is right and wrong too much. And this is the speculation part of it. We've broken down and analyzed the system, the US-China trade war so much, and we're getting fed bits and pieces, little crumbs of what's really going on. We really don't know what's going on behind the scenes to any extent. It could be much more worse, or much more, I guess, agreed upon than we really know. But media is going to portray it in the way that they want us to portray it or to perceive it. If they want us to be scared, they're going to portray it that way, even if things behind the scenes aren't even that bad. They know how to sway the people and I guess manipulate their emotions. That's the best word I could use. Manipulate their emotions, our emotions. And this heavily influences, because obviously if our emotions are swayed a certain way, this is going to affect our decision making, and our decision making is how we invest our money, is how we act in society as a citizen. So they know what they're doing. And like he says, it's psychological. Control is the name of the game. If one is in debt, they can easily be controlled. It is biblical as well. We're not going to go into that because that's a whole different channel. I'm not a channel, but that is true. Bankers know this given our flawed human condition, because we want to know everything. We want to know the answers. We want to know everything, but sometimes it's impossible to know everything, or we shouldn't know. We're not ready to know everything. Sometimes we just aren't ready to know what's really going on behind the scenes. And if we did know, it would probably cause a lot of chaos, which our assumptions that we have, I guess, could be more controlled than if we really knew what was going on. Us silver stackers, we know more than most people. We really do understand what's going on behind the scenes more than most people. Try to have a conversation about this stuff with an everyday person that doesn't really invest or anything. It's almost like they're clueless. It's almost like you can tell that they are swayed so much by the news every day, watching the news, and they believe everything that they see and hear, and it's sad. But anyways, many knew it would grow over time and eventually become oppressive in nature, just like the one we have today. They knew that creating debt, they knew that taking away the gold and silver standard was going to put us in hyperinflation and destroy our money, but they also knew that debt was going to appear. The digital age is not by accident. Everything being cashless, the swipe of a card, digital, cashless, cardless ATM, that's not by accident. Credit cards were their perfect scheme, and this is something that we have to understand, because it's easy to go into debt, but it's not easy to get yourself out of debt. And it's so easy to buy gold and silver, but it's not so easy to sell gold and silver. The same type of perspective behind it. So I hope you guys are preparing yourself, setting yourself up for the best. There's no solution to our problem. We're $24 trillion in debt, and it's not going to get any better. The only thing we can do is find the alternative, which is precious metals. I really want to thank you specifically for sending me this email. I read it this morning when you sent it at 6 a.m. and it started my day off on a very productive and insightful day, and it sparked me to make this video. And I hope you guys enjoyed this, because this is knowledge. This email was knowledge that should not be unnoticed. This was impeccable. This was perfectly written, and I really am grateful that you sent this to me, and I'm looking forward to all the other emails that you guys send me on a daily basis as well. Thank you guys so much for tuning into this video. Make sure you smash the like button. Make sure you give this anonymous man a thank you, and I would love to hear your thoughts and perspectives on the matter as well. Make sure you subscribe because I do post daily videos. I'm posting 2 to 3 videos every single day. Every single day. I'm busting my butt trying to make the best content for you guys. Also, make sure you guys go join my Patreon. If you want a way to access Patreon only exclusive silver giveaways, sign up for my weekly newsletter. Have 101 private investing tips where I will give my opinion on your stacking strategy, which I usually don't do, but if you're going to join my Patreon, I could do that for you. Thank you guys so much for tuning in. This was Silver Slayer. I will see you guys soon. Peace.